Welcome to our semi-finals of our Great Nationals. I'll be commentating with Jimmy again. Say hi, Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. That's Ian's favorite intro, to be honest.
And on our left we have Num playing Katsu. On our right we have Sebastiaan playing Dorinthea.
I didn't realize I did a sick fist bump.
Yeah. I really love those fist bumps. Shows like good sportsmanship and stuff.
Oh, these players have seen each other multiple times. They've seen each other around.
Yeah.
I think the community in the Netherlands is generally very nice and pretty close to each other.
Really like it a lot. Okay. So pretty weak opener.
Pitched red for Karachi.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's turn
The
one.
only thing you really probably want to do is Arsenal something this turn. So
Just fixing hand a little bit. He dealt one
could also,
damage in one.
could also pitch something that's costed now. Oh, wait, he pitches a red flick flag. You'd think you would want a red flick flag
Against
in Arsenal.
Dorinthea? Yeah.
So
probably.
I'm wondering what he's decided to keep. Because it couldn't have mattered pitch-wise, because it was red anyways, so it's the worst. And you can see Sebastiaan even throws away a Dauntless here. So flick flag would have been really nice. Or, well, he was 10,000 IQ by pitching his flick flag against the Dauntless. Maybe the Dauntless block. No, it wasn't in response to a flick flag pitch, because it was pitched afterwards. Is that another Dauntless? Or is that a Sharpened Steel?
It's really hard to say.
It costs something, so it's probably Dauntless.
Or Warrior's Valor.
Yeah, I thought I saw the sword
Okay.
on the image before it flashed.
Yeah, it seems like the last card was Dauntless. And also his last card was a flick flag.
It's not Dauntless because he didn't pitch. So he would have needed to pitch if it was Dauntless.
Yeah.
So it's something else? So maybe I saw wrong. Maybe it is Warrior's Valor or Spoils of War even. So it's either 8 or 9? Seeing how it's fully blocked. I still don't know what card it was.
Nice Claire, to be honest.
So it was costed, so it wasn't Sharpened Steel, so it was probably Valor. Wait. He probably hit for 5 because he blocked with Breeze Rider and the defense reaction. So it's probably Spoils or Yellow Valor. Since then you would block the 5 and then he wanted to go over with Reflex, right? And then he got fated. But either way, it's blocked. So here you can see Sebastiaan blocking with Refraction Bolters on the second Kodachi to prevent Mask from triggering anytime soon. Oh, is that an IanTCG token?
Wow, it's an IanTCG token.
Oh, how wonderful.
And just passing turn after the Kodachi.
It's pretty weak. But to be fair, he did spend most of his turn blocking anyway.
This is a Dauntless. Red Dauntless.
And a Valor.
Valor. So he'll be swinging for 8 go again on hit.
And defense reactions cost 1 more. If he has Flick Flags or Fates or Sinks.
Yeah.
Which really, really sucks if you're Katsu.
Sebastiaan
Not all the Dorinthias ran Dauntless, but having Dauntless for this matchup is really, really strong.
And it's also the turn before Tunic is live.
Yeah.
So
if you have the Tunic live, you can cheat and not pitch and just pay the Tunic counters for 1 defense reaction, but now he has to pitch if he wants to play a defense reaction. And the attack is too big to block without defense reactions, probably. Well, you could. You could, but then it's a 3-card block. And then if he goes over, you're pretty screwed. Although he doesn't have any resources anymore, so...
Sebastiaan still has 2 cards left, so...
Oh, he's 2 cards left.
Yeah, so there's a possible follow-up coming in.
So he could go over and then still pitch for the second attack, which you probably have a really hard time blocking at that point.
Yeah, you probably just give up on the first attack and then try and block the second attack now.
Or not.
Or not.
What's
This
that,
is
7?
7, right? That's should it be enough? I don't know.
Oh, it's the blue. If you said it's blue Valor only gets 1, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
then,
3 plus 1 plus 3. Yeah, 7.
but he did go over. So you see he's pitching
Ooh.
one for Fate Foreseen. And as Ian said earlier, it's really painful because he's just one turn off of having the tunic counter to do that.
Yeah, but it's pretty perfect now. And worked out.
Yeah. It worked out, but his turn's not gonna do much.
He did lose his breaking skills though.
Might even opt to just Arsenal if it's not a blue. Could do double Kodachi, but it's just 2 damage. Sebastiaan knows there's no threat of Mask here.
Mm-hmm.
So he just Arsenals. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to stall out the Dauntless turn, I think. So that you can just, I don't know, have a better power play in a later turn.
I wonder how many Dauntlesses he has.
I would assume 3?
Wow, he pitched the Steelblade Supremacy.
Yeah, it looks like a weak turn on Sebastiaan's side. Probably a lot of red.
So I guess this is what you're waiting for. Oh, so he popped Bolters there.
But if it's a weak turn, it's kind of a weird timing to do Bolters, but... Oh, okay.
I think he's holding...
Another red?
At least one... What's the free one? Iron Sound Response? At least one? Maybe 2?
That's possible.
This is a really weird pitch, though.
Double red Iron Sun response would be funny to see. Yeah.
So now Nam kind of has to decide how greedy he wants to be. He doesn't have any equipment blocks anymore. There's no way you block Mask at this way. He just takes all his life. He just gained 3 from taking the second Dawnblade attack. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so he just decided to attack with a 4-card hand here. So Nam must have a really good hand here.
Nam actually let that happen.
Yeah. So I think he's just going to slam out a big combo turn with Surging Strike or something.
Yeah.
Surging Strike.
I mean, he made Sebastiaan sit with 2 cards in hand. From the fact that he didn't play one of them, at least one of them was Iron Song Response, because it has Reprise. Because if Reprise was live, he would have just wanted to play it to do 3 more damage. But since Nam didn't block from hand, it doesn't do anything. So he just didn't play it. I think that's what happened there. And then the other card, I don't know. This is Kodachi E-Strike. Block for 5. So it prevents Mask. Wow.
E-Strike CNC, okay.
That's pretty bully. Did he pitch 2 for that?
He could have done this.
He could have done this from a single blue pitch, right?
Yeah. No.
Because he has Tunic.
Yeah. But maybe he wanted to keep Tunic up in case Dauntless or...
Probably don't really want to hold the blue version in your arsenal anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, blue Whelming is pretty okay, I think.
Yeah. If you have the combo line, the entire combo line, then you can open threat Surging Strike, and then if they block, you still have the Whelming to go. If they don't block, you could search them against you or something.
One more card left in hand.
Just an attack for 4. Probably will block here. Okay, so that's the perfect defense.
But there's still the Iron Song. Oh, it wasn't an Iron Song. It was a Glint. And it's winning.
Blade.
But this one does not hit.
Oh, so it also could have been a Twinning Blade back then, huh? So it was the Twinning Blade back then? Not the Iron Song? also makes sense. Because he didn't have a second go again to do a third weapon swing that turn.
And there goes the Dawnblade counter.
So I guess it was an Iron Song response necessarily back then. So it's just Fluster Fist. Getting that counter off almost immediately is really good for now here.
Yeah.
Why did he put away his Fluster Fist? I mean, you could Oh, okay. I thought more stuff was happening because he turned his Katsu sideways. I thought he was gonna search something and play more stuff, but
no. He didn't have more cards. He blocked like 3.
So what's this? It's Red Valor, Dawnblade, and a free card. So Sharpen Steel, maybe. What other free card would you play there? Not Hit and Run because you already have Valor, so it has to be Sharpen Steel. Well, you don't have Go Again necessarily, but playing Hit and Run there seems kind of weird. It's a block for like 13, so or not 13, slightly less, but
it's a big
probably
block.
was Sharpen Steel then.
The fun thing is that he always also hides the bottom card, so we can't even see
Yeah,
the 9
it's a big mystery. It's a big mystery.
So right now it looks like Num is basically just blocking out those big turns. That's a spoils though. Maybe he's waiting for like a good opportunity, for example, like this turn. You can see Sebastiaan is pitching red. So maybe this turn won't be as strong as other turns.
Yeah.
And a twinning blade.
At least a decent thing for Sebastiaan is he has actually pitched a couple reds during this game. Earlier we saw Steel Blade Supremacy pitched. So there's still some decent power cards in his deck if we get to that point.
Yeah.
So he's not burning everything at the moment.
So that's
but Num will slowly run out of defense reactions eventually. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if Num plays full combo lines. Have we seen a Surging Strike block? I think there was a Surging Strike block when he did the 13 block. Or what I thought was a 13 block. But it was slightly less. Slightly less. So preventing mask again.
They're slowly running out of equipment as well. Katsu
Still
doesn't have any equipment blocks.
Still have his cap blocks at least. Blue Iron Song spawns. Some Valor.
And another hit for 6. Okay.
You can just test every turn with a Valor or a Spoil. At some point, he might get some awkward hand and get through. This looks like a defense reaction.
Yeah, for sure. And probably a second one as well.
So there's sync. He is choosing to not sync.
Out for blood.
There's out for blood. No more resources floating. That's a blue flick flag.
Yep. So
is that
up
enough?
To 9 defense.
Oh. So it's like 12?
Up to 12. Oh
my god,
third defense reaction.
Third? I mean, it's very possible he's playing at least 8 flick flags or something. Well, he takes it. Nam does not know how up or down works on that life counter.
He was at 34. Oh.
Wow, there's a
history.
game history?
Oh shit, that life counter is sick.
Wait, what life counter is that? That's sick. I feel like I've seen this before.
Yes, same.
Yeah, but it's not futility.
Okay,
I have no idea.
So there's still one more attack incoming now.
Still needs to pay for this Dawnblade attack, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
Tunic.
That's simply block with 3. Okay.
Blue Flick Flag pitch.
Is it worth the pitch a blue flick flag here? This is only
You
card in
couldn't.
hand, right?
Yeah. I mean, pitching is not using a card. If we're thinking about the long game,
Those are
if you think you're gonna go through deck, then you didn't use a card here to do 2 damage, which is kind of okay.
Yeah, but having the extra 2 defense in Arsenal would have been pretty nice, right?
Yeah, but 2 is not a lot.
Those this is a hit for 6, I think. 6 go again.
This time he does sink to the bottom.
Nourishing Emptiness with Dominate, right?
Yeah, I don't think we saw an attack action yet from that side. So
if he had a flick flag in Arsenal.
Then he would only reach if he has another red defense react, right?
Yeah, or if he blocked with a flick flag from Arsenal the attack before, I guess. Maybe. No, it's still
Yeah,
not.
but then you wouldn't cover.
Yeah.
Then you would have to leg tap block this. And then
That's a block
yeah.
for 3, take 3. And Sebastiaan drawing up to 5. So next turn is also going to be scary.
That was a pretty cool bait and switch there. With the guaranteed go again from hit and run.
Not sure how good Nourishing Emptiness is in this matchup. Because this is probably a sideboard card, right?
Is it? You can always run like 1.
That's true.
It's almost free. It's almost free to run like 1. I wouldn't be surprised if he only has 1.
So another Sharpened Steel into Dawnblade. So for 6.
So this is probably going to be a hard turn to stop.
Yeah, I mean, 5 cards in hand, 1 in Arsenal. That's yeah. That's always going to get
0 to another stroke.
Corrections.
Bottom one. Not a card he wants to see. Oh, well, doesn't really matter if you bottom or top that then, huh?
Yeah.
Is there a reason to already do this? Does he not have go again? Oh, he doesn't have go again on this.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because it was Sharpened Steel.
Yeah.
Well, if it was Sharpened Steel first, you would have maybe considered to not block this attack at all. But
yeah,
then you're all inning on blocking the second one, but then at least he doesn't get a glint draw, because now this is pretty much.
Because
it's still going to be hard to block the other attack. Because the only way you give go again at that
with
attack
glints,
reaction
right?
speed is glints.
Yeah. And
so there was some way to play glints. Actually, if he didn't give reprise, the Singing Steelblade wouldn't even search the glint.
Yeah, so it had to be glints, exactly. So it would have been an interesting line to just not...
to take 6?
To just take the 6.
It's also possible he had a glint, but...
Yeah,
wow, he has a movable for this? Did he not reach on the first attack? They were like stroke, sharpen steel, stinging steel blade is 7, the attack is 3, 10.
He was probably just waiting out to get more information or something.
Could have reached on the first attack. Pretty cover, actually.
That's the spoils of war.
He's probably just afraid of double defense react or something.
So what is this? Like 5
attack
go
react.
again?
Yeah, 5 go again.
He's also losing his tunic counter, so once a Dawnblade comes back, or no, not a Dawnblade, Dauntless, it'll be hard to block again. Out for blood.
Looks like he doesn't have a defense reaction in this hand. So we caught him in a good turn, I think, because he can tunic counter to pay the Dawnblade. It's at least 4. Can still threaten a defense react. Sorry, attack reaction. Could also make it more with the bracers. So 5.
It's still threatening a 2-cost attack reaction.
It still has a card in hand.
So it could be route.
Could be
anything up to route. So that's kind of scary. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just give it to him.
So the only way you play around routes is if you specifically have 2 red defense reactions. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. Because then if he routes your defense reaction, you can play your defense reaction again. It's kind of troll. But it had to be super specifically double red, because you would need to cover 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can already see there was a fine center, so
so
now suddenly Sebastiaan's opened a pretty big gap. And this is kind of scary. Well, most likely it's going to be draw 1 Arsenal 1 or play that for like up to 4. And could be a defense reaction.
This turn is kind of scary though.
I think you take this because you have a Dawnblade counter. But I don't know. Who knows? Sebastiaan probably knows better than me.
I'm not so sure. I feel like I'd want to block this, but
I would take this because I have the counter. We'll see what he does. I think you can debate both sides. Because blocking here prevents the extra card for sure. We don't know what the extra card is. He will have go again if you don't block.
And you can search if it's a cost 0 for Flusterfist for another 4.
Oh, that is true. So if he draws the cost 0, it's a 4. Okay.
That's kind of
that's
not
a
what
good card though.
Block with.
That's a really good card though.
But I think this way Num does stay on the back foot since he still doesn't have an arsenal, playing with like 4-card hands constantly. And kind of big pressure to block.
Might overblock this at 9 or something. Just so that he's done with it. Or he has defense reaction. That's also possible.
Response.
Oh, he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Not having the defense reaction is really, really bad here. Because now he gets to keep the counter regardless, and you have to block to prevent the second counter.
Yeah.
So I don't like that block.
Yeah, usually if I don't have a defense reaction, I overblock by 1 card or something.
I think he just blocked 9 there, then he loses the counter. Because he couldn't go over 9, I don't think. Was it Red Valor? If it was Red Valor, he could have gone over, I guess.
I think it was Yellow Valor.
If it was Yellow Valor, I think you always block 9 there. So that's a bit.
So Supremacy Valor.
So now this is really bad. So now he gets to play
7 on his go again.
Yeah, now Num's on the back foot constantly. Doesn't have Arsenal. Has to try to get this counter off at some point if he can, but I don't know if he can.
I mean, if you block for 12, you probably should be able to block it out, right?
Yeah, since it's Valor, sure. Since it's Valor and he's not floating.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the first card?
It's a Supremacy.
Oh, it's a Supremacy.
So you really want to block this, right?
Yeah.
If you take this, then
since he's not floating and he doesn't have a tunic counter, you have to like overblock this and I'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
If it was instead of Warrior's Valor, Boils of War, and he had one floating or a tunic counter, then it's kind of different because he can Twinning Blade under.
Seems like 10.
So
that works.
10 is enough. So we made it. Loses the counter. He still has a huge life gap, though.
At least he's playing with a 5-card hand now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, life gap is actually really going to bite him at some point. Just a raw Dawnblade attack.
So you just take this, right?
You could just let it through.
Or that doesn't
Nothing
trigger
from
a price.
hand.
That doesn't trigger a price, so that's good.
That works out. And the route, just for the raw power.
Yeah, bouncing this doesn't do anything.
It doesn't have reprise.
It technically turns on reprise.
No, you can't
use
bounce.
It again.
You can't bounce because of reprise.
Oh, the route has reprise. Yeah. But he goes over.
No go again, so.
I mean, Sebastiaan's not too mad. He did 3 damage. That's the quarter of his remaining life. He still gets to keep his arsenal. Even though that looked pretty bad with the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think now threatens insanely scary stuff with. Well, this is a 4-card hand.
4-card hand with tunic counter up could be scary. But,
could be scary, but
generally the mid-rangey kinds of Katsu tend to not have an awful lot of combo lines. Maybe if
so this is not scary. So this is not scary anymore because now you get a cap block. Wait, you don't get a cap block? Doesn't even care about the cap block. This is
a weak hand.
If he hits, he can pop his Breeze Rider.
Yeah.
So
which would be strong.
Probably blocks this. It's 5 though. And he's behind, ahead, so his cap only blocks 1.
Massive
so it has to be a 2-card
trigger.
2-card block.
Yeah. You almost have to block this, I think.
Block for 6 is okay though, because you play around the scalar. You lose to Ancestral Empowerment.
Ooh, 6/5.
So the mask triggers, the Katsu also triggers.
And the Breeze Rider's trigger.
Yeah, so he could break his Breeze Rider boots to give go again, which probably he will do unless his hand is terrible. But he can search with Katsu, so it can't be unplayable. Well, unless you only have costed cards.
There Plunder goes Run. A red Plunder Run.
Kind of fortunate. Couldn't play that from Arsenal. So that's not a line, right? No, it's not a line. So it's just 3? Unless he has leg tap.
He kind of needs to have leg tap in hand now, which could be the case.
He could have leg tap, and he has a tunic counter to pay for it, if that's the case. Wait, he's actually playing it?
So that just means he's out of Fluster Fists.
Wait. Oh wait, it does have go again because of Breeze Rider.
Yeah.
So, but this.
Oh, I see. Since Hurricane Technique is a combo line with that.
Yeah, okay. So that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
So because
you
of
can
the
do this
Breeze Rider
because
boost,
Breeze Rider gives all the combo cards go again.
Yeah. And now maybe Sebastiaan is forced to block the Hurricane Technique, because otherwise it will come back for another, what is it, 4, I think, again?
Yeah, the second time I think it's 4.
Yeah.
And he does have a tunic counter to pay for it, so he can do it.
I think he's also still floating. Floating like 2.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. But this kind of sucks. Now you're like, oh my god. If I just block this Pounding Gale, then all of this shenanigans wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. I mean, blocking Pounding Gale was also kind of scary because, like, it could have been Razor Reflex, right?
Yeah, it could have been Reflex, or it could have been Ancestral Empowerment.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a blowout. But this is also kind of scary.
He was ahead by 17 life, and now it's swung back. Like, if he takes this, he's down to 8. He's even losing in life at that point. But yeah.
If he takes this, yeah.
Okay, that's a 5.
Wow,
he loses his tunic at this timing.
Wait, but it's not 5. Wait.
No, Hurricane Technique only attacks for 4 now, so that's kind of a weird block. I think Dauntless blocks for 3, right? So
I think it has to, right?
Maybe he was playing around breaking skills for whatever reason, but
oh right, but it doesn't threaten anything anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't threaten anything, so it's kind of a weird one. I think this
he probably thought it was. He probably just thought it was 5 because if the previous one was 5, he probably didn't ask again.
Yeah,
and then he didn't realize that
it loses combo.
The Hurricane Technique was not the last attack anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Rising Knee Thrust.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get the +1. Or the bounce on hit. So actually, that was probably on the upper end of things that could have happened for Nom in that turn.
Yeah, for sure. So we see Nom is looking through the graveyard to see how many attack reactions are out, or which attack reactions are out. What attack reactions would you be looking for here?
What was the action that was played? Do you know? Is it Feller?
Warriors Feller yellow, I think.
So he doesn't have floating. How many cards does he have now? 2? He blocked 1, right? But so 1? He blocked
Should
the
be
Dauntless.
1 more,
so 1?
I think.
So that's a 6 block. Oh.
Iron Song response.
That's probably what he was looking for there. 0
One
cost.
card over left in hand.
Yeah. Well, this life counter does not want to work with Nom today. Why? 2 Singing Steel Blades?
Yep.
That's 2 Singing Steel Blades.
Both into the pitch.
I mean, pitch is for yellow. Sometimes you have to. Yeah. Okay.
And that's another pass turn for Nom. But overall, pretty strong. He managed to come back from a 17 life deficit to only 4.
Yeah, and he has his tunic. If it really, really grinds out, it might be relevant.
So what will Sebastiaan be looking for now? Because Gauntlet won't do anything at the moment.
I think he's almost at the point where he's going to get back the Steelblade Supremacy. That he pitched like turn 1, 2, 3 or something. I think it's like 1 or 2 turns away, maybe. But this is an open attack, right? So what do you do to this? So it has to be Glint, and if it's Glint, do you really care?
But
I guess you do because it's 3.
3 and plus 2 attack reactions.
No, actually, maybe you have to care.
You're at the
because
point where you need to block,
you're
right?
not that healthy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have that many resources to work with now.
Probably if you're around 20, you're like,
I mean,
let him play Clint. Maybe.
if you have a defense
He's floating
reaction,
though.
you can just let it through, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Razor Reflex
Razor
hurts.
Reflex. So it's
Still let it
probably
through?
so it's just power. Yeah, it's just power, right?
Overpower, yeah. So
There's no
now,
dice to this, right?
yeah, there's no way.
Wait, there's no way,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Managed to block 7 out of that, so it takes 3. And has a
So
2-card hand to work with now.
that's a good trade for him. He traded like 2 cards for 4 cards. He did take 3, but
Mm-hmm.
he did play around the reprise on the overpower, which would have made him take 2 more if he played his defense reaction earlier.
Maybe he can swing back now.
Still not too cool to be in Dawn played +1 attack reaction range.
No.
Is not too cool. He's burned a lot of defense reactions. I think he has a lot of them, but I think he's 2 sinks out, 2 or 3 sinks out, 1 or 2 fates out. I think he's like 6 flags out or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more.
I think I didn't see a lot of red flags so far, so at least he has those. Just a Flusterfist.
Flusterfist Arsenal has to be, right?
I think we didn't
I mean,
see...
it could be Razor Reflex.
Oh,
Oh,
what a baller.
but it's still
That's
it
just a
does
7. Yeah.
Well, just bring him down to 5. 5 is also scary from the other side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now you're in Kodachi.
Yeah, this is where you want to be probably with a lot of defense reactions. So I don't know how many he has left. This is kind of where you want to be. That's kind of what you don't want to see.
Spoils for 5.
Could also get his twinning blade back at this point. It's also somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And this has guaranteed go again because it spoils.
Mm-hmm.
So if he overblocks, he can twinning blade. And if he doesn't overblock, then it's Dorinthea ability. Or attack reaction, I guess.
At this point, you kind of really want the flexibility of the defense reaction.
How do you block this?
Yeah, if you have a defense reaction, you block 6.
You don't want to turn on reprise. Because, yeah, it's probably a 6 with a defense reaction, but then you have to have it, though. And he just threw these 4, so...
Sack only.
I think there's also that... For Nom, there's the blue flick flag that he's gonna get back at some point. Oh, so wait. Surging blocks for 2, right? So this is like 6?
This is 6 now. But...
So decided to cover 1 more than the attack is, so it has the twinning blade.
There is the twinning blade, yeah.
So he's gonna attack again. There's not much you can do about it.
What is the 1 extra for?
I don't know.
What does that cover? I
mean, it covers Singing Steel Blade, but...
Oh, that would be a blowout, yeah.
But
we saw this at the bottom,
He should
right?
know there is no twinning Sing Steel Blade. Because he pitched it recently. And the other one he already used, so it shouldn't be there. But he gets out of this pretty scot-free. There's the blue flick flag again. So that's probably the one he pitched earlier.
So once again, do you pitch this here?
I think so.
Or do you keep it as like a backup plan for in your arsenal? It's
I'm kind of on board with what he did. 2 kind of sucks.
I think that was a
red so
color.
There's the supremacy he gets back.
Yeah, okay, so we got back to the bottom of his deck.
Yeah, you can see here, in the end, it really mattered that he... What looked kind of awkward, right? With like double red pitch in the beginning. it has now turned into, oh, I still have some good cards left in my deck, and we're super low. Do you know what the first card is? Valor?
I think it's a red Valor, so I
It's a
think it's
red
hitting for
Valor.
7.
Red Valor would hit for 8, not 7.
Yeah, 8. 8, yeah.
Still has mask block, but this still sucks. Because he has 2 cards in hand. This doesn't cover. So it's a defense reaction.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, that covers.
Yeah,
that
I
covers.
think that
Should
covers.
he play? Oh, that rout's blowout.
Ouch.
I think you're dead. This is where you're dead. Wait, is he already dead to this attack? 7, 10? 10 to 6? So he's 1?
And then, wait, there's go again, right? Yeah, there's go again.
Oh, is he? Wait, was he dead to this? 7, 10.
I think
he just knows he's dead because the only
Yeah.
card in his hands is unmovable, so he's dead.
That hurt.
Ouch. So Sebastiaan gets away with the tunic block. Still wins the game. So you just needed that one powerful turn in the late game.
Yeah.
And he gets through an unmovable.
That route was so strong. Ooh.
Was that route? I remember the Steelblade Supremacy was pitched with something else. Another red. Was there a route? Could he have known this? I think it was route. Route or Valor, right? Has to be. I think it was route.
It's probably one of those 2 cards, yeah. Could have been route.
But yeah, you have to be. You have to really keep track of that. Well, you don't have to keep track of that, but here it would have benefited him to keep. Well, would it really? What does he do against route if he has a movable in hand?
Yeah.
Block with 1 less card and then replay a movable.
Would it have been much better if he had Flick Flag in Arsenal there? The blue one?
No.
I think it would have been the same either way, right?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Because there were still like 2 cards left in. Oh wait, there wasn't 2 cards left in hand, but
that route hurt though. Wait, could he have known? 10. Didn't the deck get shuffled at some point?
Oh right. So everything I said was a lie. Well, except for the part that they were still in deck. But it was a lie in what order they would get them back. But that was a super strong hand for like turn. What is this? 12.
Turn counters would be cool.
Oh, Ian loves turn counters. Ian's gonna suffer in post editing to make turn counters now.
Or not.
And then he's gonna complain about how it took him 1 extra hour to put turn counters because he forgot to count.
Or not.
Yeah, that was pretty. What's their chain there? Oh, because he now gets his top 4 prize. That's why the mat's there also.
Oh shit.
I get 6-2 confidence mat and a cold foil chain. That and he's playing on a Shadow of no, not Shadow of Ursa, the
Ursa.
Just Ursa.
Yeah.
Ursa the Soul Reaper, maybe, I don't know. You would think I would know this, but I don't actually know.
Ursa.
It's some Ursa. It's making some aggressive hand motions here to indicate what could have gone better. That's 100% what happened there. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
What did we learn here, Jimmy?
Pitch red.
Pitch red.
Don't complain about pitching red all the time. Because sometimes you need the red later.
Oh shit, are they gonna trade?
Aside from that, route is broken. Route non-movable is broken. Yeah, and I was eyeing that Sir Bolton. I know he got a second place in Belgium with Bolton.
I think he also has 2 chains already, so
that could also be.
Yeah. I think it's also like Katsu took a lot of damage in the early game. They bled a lot of damage, so kind of constantly put him on a back foot there. Not sure.
I think there was a sequence of like 2 turns where he suddenly opened that 15 health gap or 14 health gap, something out that range.
And then it suddenly turned around. That's kind of cool.
Then it suddenly turned around on the torrent of tempo.
Mm-hmm.
You almost completely closed the gap there. There's another route in this trade binder.
He's prepared.
He knows route's broken. Alright. That was a cool game.
Mm-hmm. So, after this, we only have the finals left. That totally isn't already recorded.
What? How would that happen? How's that possible?
Hey Jimmy, do you know what the best way to find out when the next video releases?
Right now?
No, by subscribing.
Oh. I mean, like and subscribe so you know when the finals is gonna be up. But there's some non-zero chance that it's up at the same time. But you can still like and subscribe though.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll see the next video after that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what it is, but do I know what it is?
It's Sebastiaan's Dorinthea versus Bolton by Christian.
No, I mean after that.
After
what
that?
are they looking forward after that? Nothing?
Tales of Aria.
Do we have Tales of Aria content?
Soon. Soon. So stay tuned, like, subscribe. See you guys next time.
See you guys next time.